Welcome to Business Wits Business Tips, where business owners, executives, and sales professionals share their top tips for their product or service. Now, these tips provide insights, strategies, and tactics for improving your business results. Now, I'm a huge fan of the sales profession and sales professionals. Great sales professionals are amazing. The best professionals know that they are there to help and ensure that you get exactly what you need. The salesman that sells you something you don't need, not such a big fan. No one is. And that's how some view the sales profession as a whole. But the sales pro that answers your questions and gets you exactly what you need, I love that salesperson. Today's video guest is super sales professional, Katie Burton. And Katie's the CEO for Sales for Pros and has served her customers for over 17 years in the high-paced world of payroll services. And Katie's going to share her thoughts on how to handle the roller coaster world of sales results. She's also going to talk about the value of building a warm referral network and establishing a no quota to increase the number of times a customer says yes. Now, you'll appreciate Katie's comments on cold calling as well. At the end of this clip, I'll list out the actions that you can implement to leverage Katie's tips to improve your sales results. So tips. Give me 3 tips for the classic business owner or classic customer.
For the customer that I have?
Either the customer you have or sales tips.
Okay.
Sales pro. Because of your, again, the reason why we got engaged in the first place, not that kind of engaged.
Yes.
But we got engaged is because you're a professional salesperson.
Yeah, I'll go down the sales road.
Okay.
So tips for sales. Number 1, I would say understand that sales is a roller coaster. I think that's one thing a lot of people, they think about sales and they think about the freedom that you mentioned and potentially a great paycheck if they make a ton of sales, and all of that is true. You can have a lot of freedom. But there's also a huge roller coaster that you ride with sales. You could have some fantastic success, and even the best salespeople in the world can see some, disappointment.
Some tough months.
Right? So you have to realize that it's a marathon, not a sprint, and that you have to kind of weather the storm and be okay with riding the roller coaster. So I'm pretty fortunate in that my husband is also in sales. So anytime I come home and say, oh my gosh, this happened today, or oh, this is having a bad month, I am quickly reminded that, hey, don't worry, that's
life.
This is the game we play, and we will be seeing success in the future. That's okay.
Right.
So I think that's the biggest one.
So I will make one comment here is that you got to build a reserve, right? Because you don't get to decide when a good month comes along or a bad month comes along. You just have to accept it and be happy and work your way through the troughs, so to speak. As long as you got a reserve, and say it's a 6-month reserve or whatever that happens to be, then you can get through. You can weather the downturns and go on. But if you go out and spend all your money and you're depending on that check next week, oh, that's super stressful.
Yeah. And I always say that activity, right? Everybody knows in sales, activity is king. So if I ever am finding that little downturn, which will happen, whether it was due to my own personal, activity results, or maybe it was circumstantial due to the time of year, maybe clients were on vacation, or I couldn't get to see as many people during a period of the year, I'm going to see a result 3 months out. So what I did today, I will see the net effect of that in 3 months.
Right.
So if I'm riding kind of my valley and not my peak, I can look back at 3 months prior and say, what happened during that time? Oh yeah, that was Labor Day when, no one was around. Everyone was finishing up their summer vacations and I couldn't get a hold of everyone. That makes sense now.
That's why today, because it really was something 3 months previously. All right, that's a good tip, the roller coaster. What else?
Another tip that I've got is making sure that you build a good referral group. Have a good referral prospecting group of individuals around you. I found that to be very, very valuable in my career. Everyone loves cold calling and loves telemarketing. It's their favorite
They
thing.
just love that, don't they? Yeah. Everybody just
hands
can't wait
down,
to do that.
That's what you want to do all day when you're selling.
Yeah.
But outside of that, the other best way to get introduced to someone is a warm referral, right?
Yeah.
You've got to kind of identify those people that surround your industry. So pick 4 or 5 different, like-minded professions, and then go out and interview some folks. Introduce yourself to them. Let them know that you're there to support them in their business and make sure that it's a non-competitive, profession.
Well, which allows you to give.
Right, exactly. it allows, if you walk into it thinking, okay, what can I get from this person, you're putting yourself at a disadvantage. For me, the big bonus is that I am going to have this network of individuals that I can also bring to my client. So if I do all the hard work of uncovering and finding somebody, and my client says, hey, by the way, I need a health insurance provider, right?
Mm-hmm.
And my health insurance provider is John. I can bring John in and support him in his business, but also he's providing the similar level of service that I provide, right? I'm going to work with people that are like me, so they're going to provide similar service model.
Professionalism, talent, skill.
Right, and he's also going to protect me, because if my client was with a different health insurance broker that preferred a different, payroll provider, that could put my business at risk as well.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of protects me, it builds somebody else, and it provides the client and gives the client the feeling that I am their single source of resource for any other need that they may have.
Well, you're adding a lot more value than just your products and
Right.
services.
And-
So you're taking care of your client
Yep.
in an extended manner.
And then over time, they always say, what, givers gain, right? You're
Oh,
going to
yeah.
get back.
Yeah, yeah.
Right? You're going to get back what you put out. So will it come back to me and I'll get a phone call from John and says, hey, Katie, by the way, I have somebody that wants to talk to you? Of course I will. And that is just one less telemarketing call that I might have to make that week.
So we're going to talk a little bit more about how to build a referral network after we get done with your next tip on sales, which I think said something about no.
Oh, yeah. Filling up your no quota.
The
right?
no quota, yeah, filling up the no quota.
Yeah, so many salespeople are very, very concerned and don't like the word no. When in reality, I kind of have turned it around to welcome the no. Mathematically, it's been proven that so many no's have to occur in order to result in a yes. So if you know that and you're out there doing your telemarketing, cold calling, or whatever it may be, and you accept that you have to fulfill your no quota, then you're going to accept every no more positively, because you know that behind it or closely following it, you will end up getting that yes.
So with the Focal Point organization, I go to a conference every year, and Brian Tracy speaks. And one of the first couple of years, he told a story about going for no. He said, go for no. Go for no. Count your no's and reward yourself when you get 10 or 20 or 100. And what you'll find out is that no gets harder and harder to accomplish, because you get better and better at dealing with things, and you get closer and closer to yeses. And so literally, we all work for rewards to some degree. And so there's a reward for 10 no's or 20 or whatever the number turns out to be, so that you know that you're kind of still going out there and ringing the bell.
Yep.
Yeah, so go for no. It's a very similar concept.
And you're going to get more no's in like telemarketing. It's when you get in front of a prospect that hopefully you've polished your entire process enough that the no's will peter away as you become more professional and you become more tenured. But even at 17 years of experience, I get a ton of no's on
Oh
the
yeah,
phone.
it's just part of the business. It's part of baseball, same way, right? Get 3 out of 10 hits, you're an all-star and make millions of dollars. It's 3 out of 10. Sales, maybe 3 out of 10 is generally pretty good. 2 out of 10 is pretty nice. But the reality is that it's never 5 out of 10. It's never 8 out of 10. It's just not the way that business works.
So now you've heard Katie's tips for sales professionals. Now here's a few action items you can adopt to improve your sales results. And we know that sales is a marathon. That's one of the things that Katie's talking about. So number one, because there are ups and downs to sales, you have to keep your attitude in the right place. There's always an up cycle after a down cycle, and it occurs in every industry. Protect your down cycle with a reserve. Be ultra cautious with your revenues while you're building a reserve. Now, almost any buyer can detect a desperate salesperson, and it's a turn-off. But when you have a reserve, you aren't so desperate. So number two, build a referral support group. And you accomplish this by giving. You got to think carefully on who you want in your network. Like-minded, dependable, reliable, customer-centric service providers. Then identify how you can help your referral network. This is not a scorekeeping activity. It's a giving activity. Your referral network can be immediately used to help your clients achieve better results right now. It's all about your clients and helping them. And this is how you add value to your clients outside of your services and products. Surround your clients with your friends. This is an awesome strategy for client retention. And number 3, establish a no quota. Reward yourself for achieving your quota. The more no's you get, the more likely that a yes occurs. Ring the bell when you reach your quota. If you don't know where to start with 10. The reward, that's the key. Thanks for watching. Right now, please scroll down and leave a comment. Know that you were here, or add more details so that others know the value that you received from this video. It's all about helping each other get better. If you'd like more information on sales systems and processes, send us a note or leave a comment in the forum. If you're not a member of the forum, then you should join us. Send us a note or a comment and we'll send you the details. You know, I work with business owners every day to make the right moves to win the financial rewards that they want so they can live the lives they desire for themselves and their families. When you make the right moves in chess, you win the game. When you make the right moves in business, winning gets a lot easier.